I haven't walked this far in human form for years. I have never thought searching the earth would fail me, since the woods reveal nothing. Then, the only other place I could search would be that village, which I'm certainly not going to spook again by flying over it. Where have you spirited away to, oh my troublesome minstrel? You even left your flute behind, so you can't have meant to leave for this long, right? I can't believe it. I've come all the way down to this pathetic little town, risking both screaming and running. If anyone guesses what I am, just entering through the gates makes me feel so closed in. Ridiculous human. If I find out that you're making me worry over nothing, that you're just sitting comfortably in some pub, oh, I'm going to be very angry. You can't just up and leave me like this. I mean, leave me without my evening tune. It's nearly dark already. I can't sleep without you. And your music, most importantly. Hopefully the people of this village will pay no heed to my height, glowing eyes, or clawed nails, or perhaps they've all been struck blind. Oh God, this was such a foolish plan. No plan at all, really. Oh, just walk right into the village. It should be fine. They were only mad enough to give up a person's life on the off chance it would save them from the doom they weren't even directly threatened with. Brilliant. Brilliant plan. Then again, I'm already this far to the buildings, and I haven't seen or heard a single village. I should have come across someone by now. Wait, what is all this commotion? It's coming from the main square. Perhaps I can avoid being seen if they're all crowded together and distracted. Could it be just a coincidence? My human goes missing, and on the same evening, the entire village is making a fuss in the town square. No. This can't be a coincidence. I certainly have a very dreadful feeling about those cries down here, like... Oh my God! Stop this at once! What in God's name do you people think you're doing?
Hold your tongue, outsider. It is not your place to interfere.
Bite your own tongue. I will intervene if I wish. Listen here. If you value your miserable lives, you will give me an answer this instant. Why, by the burning depths of hell are you lashing this person?
There's no need for strong language, sir. This is a village affair, and has nothing to do with you.
Do not presume to tell me what is or is it not my affair. I will decide what's important right now. You will answer me this minute. What reason do you have for mobbing and lashing one of your own? And I will not ask again.
I should not reward your arrogance, outsider, but this may appear excessive without context. This one was chosen to protect us all from a vile dragon that had threatened our village. They were a sacrifice that we offered at the mouth of the dragon's cave, after suffering enough from their incessant thievery. But miraculously, they reappeared on one of the bordering farms this evening, trying to steal food. If they survived to return to burglary, That must mean that the dragon has rejected them, which is a terrible omen. If we do not punish them, their wicked aura will spread over to the rest of us, and we'll be cursed.
You absolute raving lunatics! You do well to drop that lash and release them from their spouse this very second, or I shall relieve you of your duties by tearing your arms from their sockets.
You have no right to be threatening us. The offender's punishment has just begun, and you have no authority to stop our dealings.
You dare speak to me about authority? You damn peasant. Have you not eyes in your heads, or do I have to show you who exactly have you defied?
You are the one who sounds like a madman, outsider. Do not make us chain you up beside our transgressor and lash you as well for your disruptive actions.
You puny humans will not try and chain me, or I will show you the true meaning of despair. Now that you see, I have the ultimate authority to do as I wish, mortals. And right now, I am one breath away from burning each and every single one of you. How dare you raise a lash against my precious one? You were offered them to me. They are mine. Your sacrifice was accepted, but will not provide you any protection whatsoever if you do not give them back to me this instant. Release my human at once, or they cannot keep me from raining down utter, fiery destruction upon all of you, and I will burn this entire village, every surrounding field, even the woods and the must.
Very well, majestic one.
Listen to me well, barbarians. I will never forgive you. Now scatter back to your huts before the mere sight of your faces makes me vomit fire upon you and roast your flesh. Once I have taken my sacrifice into my claws and lifted into the air, I shall incinerate every ounce of this village, your crops, your cattle, your bonds, and your... What? But my minstrel, do not stand in my way. Take your hands off my jaw. I need to spout at least one burst of flame and destroy something to give these heartless humans a lesson. Why in God's name do you plead for them so, human, after all they've done to you? Whatever shall I do with you and your infuriating, compassionate nature? At least let me burn down this whipping post. Oh, my blood is fairly boiling, and I have to burn something to a crisp. Stand beside me and cover your face. Yes, run, you insects. Let us leave this place at once. I'm sorry. I do not want to hurt you, but I will have to grip you in my claws if I'm to carry you away. Tell me, are you able to bear it? Right. Come here. Brace yourself. Tell me, my precious one, are you all right? I'm holding you as gently as I can without losing my grip on you. Very good. Just hold tight until we get back to the cave. We need to get you down into the hot springs. The water there is pure, and I'd rather wash your wounds with that than any other water for miles around. Easy. Let's lay you down on your front, so you don't put any pressure on your back. Here, I will spread my cloak out for you. Then we can roll up yours to support your head. There, just rest easy and I will take care of your back. They really tore your shirt up, didn't they? But let me get the rest off of you anyway. Don't bluster like that. This is a dire situation. Now stop fuzzing and let me remove your shirt. This is nothing I haven't seen before, you know. Very good. Now, let's see what the damage is. Oh, they drew so much of your blood. The scum. You should have let me burn those filthy bastards. Alright, I'll stop saying that. But how can you blame me? They've hurt you. With no just cause. Those thinking lowlifes. Alright, fine. I'll stop with the name calling, if it upsets you. Now, I need you to lie quiet for me anyway, so I can manage to keep the insults in check. If it will help you do that. Oh no, you shouldn't go down the water until the wounds have started to heal up. Give it a week and then we'll see. For now, just dipping this cloth into it. The hot spring water will help flush out any impurities. This, well, it will sting, I'm afraid. I'm sure it will feel worse than it actually is. Fortunately, I've stopped them before they got in a dozen strikes, but still, they did enough. So, just take a deep breath and try with all your willpower not to tense up, alright? Well, no, I suppose this isn't your first time having lash wounds clean, is it? But even if they aren't as bad as they could be, that doesn't mean that this will be pleasant. I'll do my very best to be gentle. Here we go. It's alright. As many times as I've teased you about wanting to see you cry, it brings me to no amusement or satisfaction now. Though your tears do make your eyes glimmer so brighter, they look even more beautiful. Precious stones. Jewels. My jewel. Oh, my poor jewel. I'm so sorry. It truly does pain me to see you with tears. What in the world did you think you were doing anyway? Letting yourself be caught? I thought you were a far cleverer thief than that. You've managed to swipe out all those delicious treasures before we met. No, they caught you that time too. They were just foolish enough to leave it on you. Maybe you're not that clever of a thief after all. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. This is a deep cut. Just take a deep breath. What? You never wanted to steal anything. Well, my goodness. Has the pain loosened your tongue? You're telling me all your regrets and tragic story now. Though, I do not need to hear all those details to put the pieces together. It's obvious that your own kind have turned their backs to you and given you no fair start in life. Your cunning will lack thereof at times as a survival instinct rather than a choice. Am I right? No. I won't mock you for once. I've lived long enough to see stories like yours repeat over and over. There is nothing new beneath the sun, and all humans in all times tread upon those weaker to feel some sense of power themselves. That has been the cycle from the beginning of time, and it will be so until the last days of the earth. Now, sit up for me. Careful now. I need to bind up your back. Why do you think I snatched this bedsheet off the clothing line on your way back? You know, despite the depressing constants, do you know what else is true of all humans in all times? Perseverance. Humans are so stubbornly resilient. Despite your wicked bodies, shorter lives, and all the challenges you face, you always manage to cling to hope and build an incredible world around it. Trust me, you know how I loathe your superstitions, holding back your full knowledge, but even still, you advance further and further with each new generation. And that is something I cannot say for any other creature alive. No, we dragons do not seek to better ourselves. We have no need when we are the incarnation of power. There is nothing more to achieve than pleasures and satisfactions. This is why we take what we desire, when we desire. The natural world is filled enough with riches to satisfy us. Though, did you ever consider how insignificant it is that dragons now covet human-crafted treasure more than any others? That, if nothing else, should show how much you humans have advanced to hold such sway over my kind, who has been content with mountains and caves, with all their natural resources for eons before now. It is not unimpressive. What? Can't I be painfully honest as well, to balance the scales? I am not so ancient as to dismiss everything new and innovative. If I was, do you think I would have let you stay with me this long, and most other dragons would have sold you up on sight? Do not forget that I essentially bought you with my own life. You are mine, and I have been for some time now. Why else would I have protected you, rescued you? Hell, why else would I even be tending your wounds at this very moment? This should do it for the bandaging. Tomorrow, perhaps, I'll search in the forest for some nash trees. The salve from their leaves will keep away any infections until you heal up enough. These are amply named, I'm afraid. The salve will sting very badly when first applied, but it will not last. Even I have had need of such a basic and easy salve at times. Come on, I'll help you for a walk. You'll have to find a different position to sleep in, but it's more important that you stay next beside me tonight, more than any other. Why? Well, I didn't need to tell you before, but my energy will help you heal quicker. Yes, all dragons have such powerful auras that we can positively influence life around us. Not so many centuries ago, humans worshipped us for bringing fertility and life to their lands. But there were some of my kind that had the opposite effect. Hence why we became feared. Anyway, with all that aside, with you being near me day and night will help you heal quicker. So, you better get comfortable sleeping on your stomach, on your side next to me. I want you getting better as soon as you can. What? You want to put your head in my lap? Well, I was going to transform back to keep you warm. No, my aura is the same regardless of what form I take. Very well. After all, I've gone softer than I ever wanted for your sake. Might as well embrace it, if only for tonight. Alright then. Lay your head against me. Are you comfortable like this? Oh, good. You probably want me to do something ridiculously sentimental like stroke your hair, don't you? Don't lie. I know what's going on for your devious little mind. I'll call your bluff then. I'm going to do it anyway. Just look at that devilish smile. I knew I could read your mind. But I'm just glad to see you no longer crying. If I had to sit there and serve as your pillow and stroke your hair just to see you look happy, then it's not the most terrible price to pay, I suppose. What? What did I mean earlier? When I called you mine. No. I didn't mean you were my property exactly. I meant exactly what I said. You were mine. You were given to me. Actually, you gave yourself up to me, and no one can ever take you away from me now. There's such a fascinating, bitter strength in you that can be so cynical, but cannot mask the deep sweetness and compassion that you have. You have battled all storms that life has brought to you, and came out stronger, more cunning out of it. You even learned to play flute so beautifully, and cook so competently. With all of that, and more tucked into one pretty human soul, how could I not value you? My jewel, my treasure. Do you still wish to be mine? May I truly call you my own from here on out? I'm a haughty dragon. I say what I think at all times. I travel the earth at will, and I will leave no room for discussion once my mind is made up. You will have to put up with me this long. Would you consider enduring me for a lifetime? I don't know why I half expected you to say no. It'll only be ridiculous enough to commit yourself to a dragon, but then I knew that already, didn't I? cannot even pretend to be untouched by joy. But now that I know that you're serious, I must tell you something. It's growing too cold for me to stay here. Normally I migrate to the southeastern shores at this time of the year. This is just one stopping point in my journey. I've lingered here for longer than I normally would because of meeting you. I know you are going to be healing, but we should leave within the next few days to avoid the winter catching up with us completely. Now, I want you to be serious. Will you leave your old life behind and join me in my wandering? I will share all of my haunts with you and take you to places that no other human has ever set foot. I can promise you that no one will ever lay a hand on you ever again, with me by your side to protect you. Is grabbing your own hand supposed to be a yes? Very well then. We can worry about the details come morning, but that time is so far from now. Do not let it concern you. Right now, you should just rest, my treasure. Close your eyes. Feel my fingers running through your hair